Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at page 3 on 2-5. I would like you to go to Schoology if you haven't, and for today, and I want you to pull up this online regression calculator. It's just a link. It takes you right here. It's just a website that allows you to do all the math we did in the previous pages, well, on a calculator. Sorry about all the ads, but it is what it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and now what we're going to do is we're going to do this using a calculator. Not by hand. So I think you're going to like this one a lot more. So you research how much whole milk is. My husband says I say milk poorly, so please forgive me. Of course you do. You research the average cost of whole milk for several years, and you look for trends. This is what you get. So in 1998, when none of you were born, a gallon of whole milk was $2.65. In 2000, there we go. Now we're at least getting closer to your ages. In 2000, it was $2.89. 2002, $3. 2004, $3.01. 2006, and you can see that as the years increase, so does the price in milk. So we know that this is going to be a positive correlation if we graphed it. So what is the equation? Well, I could use like an actual physical calculator, and that's how I used to teach it, but I'm going to teach you guys how to do it online now. So what we need to do is decide what we want our x's to be. Do we want to type 1998 for our x's, or do we want to type like, let's see what they did. Let's see what they suggest we do. And really, you don't have to do exactly what they do. They said, okay, let's go since 1997. All right, then. If we're going from 1997, that would mean 1998 is 1, because 1 year past 1997. 3 years past 1997. 5 years past 1997. 7, because if 1997, 2004, 7, 1997, 2006, 9, and 11. So those are the X's they want us to use, and they are years since 1997. Years since 1997. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to, I'm hoping that I can do dual screen here. Good, I can. I'm going to type my X values in right here. So let's see, 1, enter, 3, enter, 5, 7, 9, 11. This is the website from Schoology that I put on there, or the website that I put on your notes too. So 2.65, 2.89, $3. You can do 0.00 if you want, but 3.01. So again, the price is still going up. 3.20. It's funny when you throw in like COVID, milk like skyrocketed, as did eggs. So like COVID would be what we call an outlier that made our data go crazy. I know like eggs went from like what, 89 cents to $1.33 in the past 2 months. Okay, so we have our X values and our corresponding Y values right beside them. Make sure they match. Now, these steps right here are for your calculator in class. In a perfect world, we'd be in class together. So I'm not going to get rid of those because I'm hoping for a perfect world. So what is the equation? What's neat about this website, scroll down. You can just hit calculate the regression equation. And you can see the regression equation is exactly what you would get if you did it using your calculator here. So let's go ahead and write y equals, and it's, I don't know if I can highlight it. It's right here. I'm going to go to the top of the screen. Do you guys see that right at the tippy top of my screen? It's y equals 0.09343x, which if you look, that matches what we got on what the calculator got. See right here? There's a slope. And plus 2.5261, which again matches what the calculator got. Okay, the calculator gives you more decimals, but that's okay. So thankfully we did find that website. So we got the equation from, look at the top of there. How accurate is your line? Now, I don't know if they do this. Let's see here. All right, now let's say that we were in class and your calculator does find the R value. Maybe it's on here. If anyone wants to look, I'm looking for this R squared value right here. Does everybody see how R squared on a graphing calculator would be 0.846 if we round? I'm going to say this even though it's not statistically perfect. That means it's about 85% accurate. because 84.6 runs to 85. So is it pretty accurate? Yeah, it is pretty darn accurate. I think like a statistician is happy with anything that's like a 70 or above. You would have to ask a professional. I'm not a professional statistician, but yeah, if I could insert like a thumbs up, like that's a pretty good equation, a pretty solid predictor. So based on our linear model, which is the same equation as we got above, we have more decimals. How much would you expect to pay for a gallon of milk in 2020? So let's see. So from 2020 is from 1997, 23 years. Oops. Past 1997. So I had to plug in 23 for this x. I'm going to highlight the x. Here it is. I'm going to plug in 23 for that x. So 0.09. You can use more decimals if you want to be more accurate. Doesn't matter to me. I'll just use the one that's here. It doesn't really matter. It's not like it's going to make that big of a difference. Okay, plus 2.53. And if I put that in my calculator, let me get my calculator back on screen here. I'm learning, guys. I'm sorry. 0.09 times 23 plus 2.53. I get 4.6. So we're looking at $4.60.